Hey guys, it's me, X-Men's and welcome back to Let's Play Mother. I got right ahead and leveled myself up to level 4, and we actually learned PSI Life Up. A, what? Well, not A, it's Alpha. What it does is that it gives you around 20 to 30 HP boost. Aside from that, but why would you do that right now when you can talk to your own mother? You're much greater than I've ever imagined, but I can't send you on a journey so fast. I'll make some bread for you. You eat something and scoot up to bed. You're not the boss of me. I'm independent now, even though the Nintendo is only 12 years old. Nintendo is actually, as you can see, I just told you, Nintendo is actually 1 year older than Red. Well, in Pokemon Red. Anyways, right to the overworld. Once you're at level 4, you can actually keep on going through. That sign says Nintendo House. Thank you for the information. Now there's a large variety of enemies right here, but I'm running along. Anyways, here's the woman that seems to be all panicking. Oh me, oh my, 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 oh me, oh my. My dear Hippie has gotten lost. If you're going to town, please tell the mayor for me, okay? Oh, such a whiner. Yeah, her daughter is missing, so that just a little plot point right there. But let's just keep on going. Podunk is to the south, and really, I got them all the way to Podunk. See, once you get to this sign, you get to Mother's Day. Now, I'm actually calling it Podunk, even though that is Mother's Day, is because in the NES beta version of this game, it was renamed as Podunk, so excuse me if I call it Podunk instead of Mother's Day. And Lucas, fat butt. Can I report you guys to attack your house? It's horrible at home. That's what you get for being so fat. I mean, look at him. He's fatter than freaking mine. How dare he become fatter than mine? Now, let me tell you about these houses. If it has a rectangular door, you can't go in it. And, sir, please let me out. Oh, it's not him, it's freaking flowers. However, with round doors, you can actually go right in, as this meddling mouse would say. Round doors you can walk right into. Square doors can keep you out. That's a great lesson to kids. Let's break into people's houses just because they have a round door. Let's talk to this guy. You didn't come from the cemetery to the south, did you? No, I came from the north. Please tell me you didn't. I came from the north. Darn it, didn't I just tell you? Hello, old lady. Must be someone controlling the dead. The dead? Whoa! That probably explains why this guy is freaking out about the cemetery. Usually cemeteries are so sometimes peaceful. I mean, it deserves to be peaceful. There's dead people there. Dead people deserve to lie in a peaceful place. While all we living people get all this crap like pollution and global warming and ugh. Are the zombies going to take over our town too? Zombies, huh? Please tell me you're not a zombie. Are you? No. You're really human? Yes. I'm amazed you made it this far. Talk to him again. Please tell me you're not a zombie. Are you? No. Are you really human? Let's see what happens if we say no. I knew it. I'm so scared I'm about to wet my pants. He says funnier dialogue in the American version. I mean, he actually says, don't tell anybody. But I just wet my pants right now. Let's talk to him again. Tell me you're not a zombie, are you? Yes. Oh yeah, well, you're a big stupid zombie head. Wah, eek, and he runs off. Yeah, it's actually pretty funny. Here's a hotel. It works just like your mother. I really need to get my head out of the gutter. I'm talking to this girl. Animals have suddenly turned violent when the dead has come back as zombies to attack us. What are we supposed to do? I'm so scared I can hardly breathe. Here, have an inhaler. There's a pump right here. Canary Village is north and west from here. You should definitely visit it. Admission is free! Yay! You don't have to pay to enter our park. Here's a burger shop, by the way. You can, of course, buy a bunch of burgers. Here's some guys here. The town mayor is looking for someone brave to help him. Somebody brave? I'm brave. Well, to a degree. There's this really pretty secretary in the top hall. She's the first floor receptionist. A pretty woman, huh? Somebody like me would be interested. Oh, by the way, if there's a sign outside the building, such as these burger signs, you can go right ahead and walk right in. Talk to this receptionist. She's not that pretty. I have a secret to share with you later. Ooh. She's sharing a secret. Oh jeez. Here's Albert. I'm Abbott, the mayor's assistant. Tomato, is that a glitch? Why did you add a bunch of dots between the R and the S? The mayor is right over there. Hello, Mayor. I can walk right up to you and beat you to death with this crack bat. Because your receptionist does not know anything about security. I don't know. This task might be too much for you to handle. But I still have high hopes for you anyway. It may be too much for you to handle, but I have high hopes for you anyways, idiot. Well, you see, a child strayed into the cemetery. And as luck would have it, I'm up for re-election soon. I see where this is going. So please, help me. No! Oh! You'll do it? You'll go and rescue her? Come back alive and you'll be a hero. I'd go with you, but I'm not feeling... He's making me do it anyways, even though that I said no. Jerk. Maybe it isn't good. I have a question. Does she ever share that secret with you? I can't remember. Maybe you have to say Hippie first. Hippie being the girl that was lost. A really merry man living in Canary Village. So there's a man living in the Canary Village. It's nice that there's a machine on the first floor of the department store that let you withdraw cash from your bank account. But you need a PTI card or something to use it. Don't you mean ATM? That's not very convenient, if you ask me. Don't you mean this auto teller machine card? Yeah, it's an auto teller machine card. You are not that smart, whatever, you're old lady, and I assume that you were born in, like, 1890. That would mean that you're 90 years old. You should not be young. I'm not gonna judge old people. I shouldn't. Here downstairs, you can talk to the receptionist and go right ahead. Now, in this ATM, normally you have to use your card each time you use it, but in this Game Boy Advance version, never mind! Anyways, you can go ahead and withdraw some cash. Basically what the story behind it is every time you fight some enemies, the bounty money ends up getting sent to your father, so your father ends up putting it on your bank account. And I'm 17, so I can't even access my own bank account until later. Welcome, what can I get you? Whatever. Anyways, what I highly recommend to do is that once you have enough money, you should go to the sports good and buy yourself I already have a crack bat. But what you should do is get the T-ball bat. Do not get the slingshot. The slingshot is pretty weak and it misses often, so I don't really like it. Oh, did you change your mind? That's too bad. I did change my mind. I'm just demonstrating for all you kind viewers. Pet, I'm not gonna show off the pet store until later. So basically, I was just gonna head right down this floor. The problem is, you cannot equip unequipped items unless you equip other items. Now, there's nothing else for here to go in Podunk. You can go south and go ahead to the cemetery, but we're kind of under-leveled. I actually recommend going up to level 6. But before that, so actually let me show you off some enemies. I keep hitting the wrong buttons there. Anyways, let's show off some enemies. We didn't see any when we were coming down to Podunk. That's because we're running. Actually, in the I freaking love this enemy. It's the Retro Hippie. Well, in the Mother 2 it's called the New Age Retro Hippie, but in this game it's just blatantly called the Hippie. Because hippies were cool in the 80s, and the 70s, and the 60s, and the 50s. Longest running fad? I think so. Now, listen to this music right here. Yep, that's right guys, this is a remix of Johnny Be Good. Which is why this game has never been re-released outside of Japan, simply because of copyright problems. In fact, Shigesato Itoi's main job is not creating games at all, it's actually doing copywriting. The hippie is praying. What's wrong with praying? Smash takes 8 damage. Actually, I have a lot of HP, so that's not too bad. Now, the hippie has this pretty strange move where he brings up a megaphone and calls out, "Your mother is calling for you!" Where if Nintendo believes it, his offense decreases, and if he does not believe it, his offense increases, which is very interesting move. Too bad the hippie didn't die, went back to normal instead. Danger seems to be looking to die, yeah, we fought a friggin' hippie. You would never imagine how dangerous these hippies are. They attack little children. Whoa there! Keep it inside your mouth. Keep it in. I don't know how to respond to that. And I'm the one who said it in the first place. Now there's other enemies besides the hippie, it's just that we ran into the funniest enemy first. We also got the stray dog. The music that's playing right now is called Battle Against the Strong Enemy. Actually, I do not recommend fighting the stray dog until you're at level 4. But luckily we're higher than that, so we can actually take on the stray dog. Actually fairly quickly. You call that a strong enemy? I had more trouble with a retro hippie. So that's 2 of the enemies down. The hippie and the dog. Now there's other enemies such as the centipede and the snake. The snake has a chance of poisoning you, and the centipede can be a bit annoying. But there's one enemy in particular that's really annoying, and that would be the Wally. Now, Wally, well actually it's called the Redneck in the Japanese version, but it's called, which I'm technically playing right now, it's actually a direct translation. Well, in the NES version it's called the Wally. Wallies, do not fight it until you're level 5. Because they are the toughest enemies that you can find on this route. Sure enough, I found a redneck right now while I was tugging it. Well, actually, let's see how well we can take it on. 8 damage. It has a friggin' pitchfork in. What's strange is that because it's the same pigment as his skin, it looks like he's stabbing himself. Suicidal redneck. Actually, isn't suicide... Wow, I say that's hard, it wasn't hard at all. Is suicide still the main cause of death? Well, second main cause. Well, isn't car crashes #1 or something and suicide in like #3? Ah, great, we got them the crow. Actually, interesting thing now that I can talk about. As you can see, that crow is holding a cigarette. In the English version, the NES beta, they actually did some censorship. Like, they removed scars, they removed blood, they removed religious imagery, and they removed a cigarette. They censored the heck out of this game. But Tomato didn't feel like he needed to censor anything, so he didn't. I actually enjoy this translation more than the Japanese American version, which is why I'm playing the Japanese version fan translation. Well, for the Game Boy Advance version. Either way, I really like this game. Ah, here's the centipede, the last enemy that we haven't encountered. Nintendo took 1 damage. Takes 6 damage. Guess who's gonna win, guys? It's me! I won! Oh my gosh. As you can see, these enemies are weak as heck. Another redneck. Now, I do not recommend heading outside of Podunk until you're at least level 6. Well, you can go north of Podunk once you hit level 4, obviously, that's what I'm doing. But I'm just telling you, if you're lower level than I am right now, ooh, new PSI in battle. Let's check that out. Now, if you're on a lower level than I am right now, chances are you're not gonna fare well. Let's check it out. We got the Healing Alpha. It basically heals some status effects. I did not mean to... Well, that's a waste of PSI. Dangerous thing to... Yeah, whenever he says danger is lurking by, it means that you can get into wild battles. What else do I need to talk about? Well, I can tell you what I've been doing lately. I've been playing the Toho games. Particularly the embodiment of the Scarlet Devil. I think I told you about it earlier, but I actually beaten that game. Of course, I got to the bad ending because I used a bunch of continues. But aside from that, so I decided, hey, I beaten the final boss. I might have, and despite me getting the bad ending, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next game anyways. The next game being Perfect Cherry Blossom, and I was like, I defeated the final boss on my very first try. Yeah, once you beaten... I can't believe I forgot the name for a second. Once you beaten an embodiment of the Scarlet Devil, Perfect Cherry Blossom is easy. I mean, really easy. I'm seeing more and more stakes. Unfortunately, snakes can actually poison you, so when that happens, you need to either go to a hospital or you need to use Healing Alpha. Hospitals will charge you, so I actually go for a Healing Alpha and then just find a place to, like a hotel. Because hotels are cheaper than hospitals. So realistic, isn't it? Problem is, later in the game, the hotels are going to cost like $500. They charge you for how many party members you have on your team, and spoilers, we got 10 party members. Friggin' rednecks. Actually, I grew up on a farm, so doesn't that technically make me a redneck? Well, actually, I'm not living on a farm anymore. I'm living in like a suburban area, in an apartment. So technically, by that standard, I'm considered a redneck. Hello, stray dog. Ducky! Yay! Ducky, 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 ducky! Let's beat the heck out of it with a stick. Well, not a stick, it's a baseball bat, so bats are gonna be thicker, but still. Oh jeez, they're gonna play Johnny Be Good again. Johnny Joe, go. Go Johnny, go Johnny, go, go. Go Johnny, go Johnny, go, go. Go Johnny, go, go. Go Johnny Be Good. It's actually been a while since I listened to Johnny Be Good. In fact, this game was the one that got me into classic music. I mean, I freaking love the Beatles. I didn't really just call it classic. Well, it is classic rock. Reminds me of when I was watching Doctor Who and when they got that companion from the future and they showed her the Beatles, she was like, oh, you listen to oldies music. Of course, that was the first Doctor, so that was taking place like in the 1960s. Why am I even recording this? Basically, what I'm supposed to do is just level up to level 6. But all I'm doing right now is just showing myself off going up to level 5. Which, what's the point in doing that? All I'm rambling about is... Well, that's just it. I'm just rambling for about... What? It's been about 10 minutes of rambling, but the video is like nearly half an hour long. Centipede! Oh my gosh, how many legs are there? Can you count all the legs, children? And somebody's going to pause the video just by being just called a child right now and count every single abdomen on it. Oh jeez. Actually, I'll just go right back to my house. Once you talk to your dad, actually let me show off saving. Pick up the telephone, Nintendo is your dad, and I deposited 287, so we're about halfway there to getting the plastic bath. Well, yeah, it's a plastic, not aluminum. Take away what you spend. Yeah, use it wisely. Let's see. He has also talked about how much experience you have left. Oh, level 7 till we get to level 5, and let's do nothing. Good luck. Click beep beep beep. Well, enough of my rambling. I'm just showing off all the enemies that you can see. But what else did we accomplish? Finding out that a girl got them kidnapped? Anything else? Anything? We made a guy wet his pants and go off crying to his mother. That's all we did, really, aside from me just rambling on about music. I believe in roses kissed first dew. Why shouldn't I believe the same in you? Yeah, I said I wouldn't sing in the last episode, and I've gone right ahead and sing in this episode. Anyways, I guess I'll see you guys next time when I cut to being level 6. Alright, see you guys then.